Today I'm going to be reviewing the Vatrer 300 amp hour 12.8 volt lithium iron phosphate battery. This is a very compact version of the 300 amp hour. To show you how small it is, this is a typical 12.8 volt 100 amp hour battery, and the 300 amp hour battery is just a little bit bigger than this 100 amp hour battery, and it's 3 times the capacity. And the battery weighs about 54.5 pounds or almost 25 kilograms. Dimensions of the battery: 13.5 inches by 7.5 inches by 10 inches. I have charged the battery to 100% and the battery is at 13.45 volts. It's time to do a discharge test. We've got 2 DC dischargers here, each can do 10 amps, so a total of 20 amps. And the battery is 300 amp hours, so it's going to take about 15 hours to finish. It has been 15.5 hours and we already passed 300 amp hours capacity, so actually 310 now. The battery is 10.3 volts, so at any moment now this test will end. It's still running though, and yes, it has just stopped. Let's see what we got. Yep, so the battery is now 0 volts. See the one on the left. The total time is 15 hours 33 minutes. Capacity is 156.1 amp hour. The one on the right is 155.36 amp hour. So if we add the two together, we got a total of 311.46 amp hour total. That is 11 amp hour more than the advertised capacity, so that is awesome. Here is all of the data I have recorded for the last 15.5 hours. And here is my beautiful discharge curve. This battery can be connected by Bluetooth, so let me show you the Bluetooth app. I have connected a 12 volt light bulb as a load to show you on the app. Here's the front page of the app. We got the state of charge of the battery and the total amp hour and the remaining amp hour. Down here we have the battery voltage and the current output. Right now it's discharging, so you see the negative number, so negative 5 amps, and the power output 63.8 watts. That is discharging. We got the volt high, that's highest voltage, and lowest voltage cell, and the difference between the high and the low. Up here we also have the charge and discharge function. Let me see if I can turn off the discharge function. Nope, I cannot turn it off. Yep, I cannot turn off the charge function either. So even though they show on the screen, I cannot turn on and off the charge and discharge function. Down here we got the average voltage of all 4 cells and the cycle count. We got 2 cycles because I have only charged this battery twice. Down here we got temperature, so we got 3 sensors here and 4 cells and their individual voltages. Next page is about, which you can change the language, temperature, and also shows the version number. And that's everything about this app. This is a very basic app. That's one thing I want to test on this app, is to measure how accurate the information is presented here, especially the current output. I got the battery hooked up to a 12 volt 3500 watt inverter, and I've got my heater plugged in. Now let's turn this on and see what we got. See what we've got on here, about 84 amps, 13 volts. On the app, 82.9 amps, 13.1 volt, 12.99, 83 amps. That is very close. The number on here is very close. 83.1, 83.2, 12.96 volt, 82, 82.9, 13. So the numbers on here is quite accurate. This battery is rated at 200 amps maximum continuous discharge. Let's go ahead and test that. My first test, I want to run it at about 200 amps and see what happens. I've got my heater and my electric kettle plugged in. Let's turn on the heater. We're around 80 something amps. Let's turn on the electric kettle. So over 200 amps now. Let's put on the timer. See how long it's gonna run. 200, over 200 amps, 230 amps, and it shuts down at around 8 seconds. And the battery voltage now is about 2 volts. So let's turn off everything and start again and see how long it takes for, oh, it turns back on. It doesn't take long at all. I would say about 10 to 15 seconds. 13.2 volts right now, so it's on. Yep. So the BMS turns back on after about 10 to 15 seconds. So there you go. If you run over 200 amps, and in this case 230 amps, the BMS will shut down to protect the battery from being overloaded after about 8 seconds. And then you gotta wait about 10 to 15 seconds later for the BMS to turn back on. For my next test, I want to run it as close to maximum capacity as possible. That means it has to be close to 200 amps as possible, but not over 200 amps. Let's turn it on. $184 amps total. Start. 180 amps. Alright, we've been running for over 5 minutes at 180 amps and it's been running just fine, no problem at all. Battery is nice and cool. Yep, and my water is boiling. So let's turn this off. So there you go, it runs beautifully at 180 amps continuous. Let's talk about cold weather protection. I tried to look it up in the user manual, but there's not enough information in the user manual. So this is on their website, and down here it says that it has self-heating feature and it runs at 90 watt. And the self-heating feature will automatically activate when temperature drops below 32 degrees Fahrenheit and stops once it reaches 41 degrees Fahrenheit. I have put the battery in the freezer overnight. And let's take a look at the Bluetooth app here. It's not putting any power out right now. So 0 amp current, 0 watts. And the battery temperature is negative 7.8 degrees Celsius. That means it is below 0 right now, but it's not using any power to heat up the battery. So I don't know whether or not it's using power from the battery to heat up itself. It looks like it's not using any power right now to heat up itself, or maybe I need to plug it in. Alright, so I've got the battery out and you can see it's forming frost on the battery. The battery now is negative 7.3 Celsius. Power consumption is still 0. I've got my charger ready, and the user manual says that it won't charge when the battery is below 0 degrees Celsius. So let's plug it in and see what happens. Alright, so we're charging, and now I believe it shut down the charging. It was 24 amp, now it's 8.6 amp. So it's using power from the charger to heat up the battery. And you can see the current output is 0. That means it's not using power from the battery. 0 amp, 0 watts. And my charger is running. So it's not using power from the battery, and the battery is warming up. -7 degrees now. It's warming up pretty quickly. So we're using 8.5 amps at 14.5 volts. So we take 8.5 amps times 14.5 volt. We got 123 watts. So it's using 123 watts from my charger right now to warm up the battery. So let's take a look again at the app. Yep, we are warming up very quickly. A -5.9 degrees right now. And the battery power consumption is still 0 amp, 0 watts. And let's put on the timer. It will use power from the charger to warm up the battery until it gets to 5 degrees Celsius, and then it will shut this down. And then it will turn on the charging function and will start charging the battery normally after it gets to 5 degrees Celsius. It's been about 25 minutes. Alright, we're at 5 degrees Celsius. We're still using the charger to heat up the battery. 8.3 amps. 5.1 degrees Celsius. And we are switching to charging already. 24.9 amps. 13.49 volts. So yes, it is switching to charging already. You can see it's charging at 16.9 amps, but the total current that goes to the battery is almost 25 amps. So we're still using about 8.5 amps to heat up the battery at this point. So it takes about half an hour for the internal heating pad to heat up the battery from -7.5 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. It has been about 1 hour since the time we started from -7 degrees Celsius. And we are now at 15.1 degrees Celsius. And we are currently taking full charge from the charger. So my charger is now putting out 24.6 amps, and on my app 24.4 amps. So we are no longer heating up the battery from the heating pad, and the temperature now is stable at 15.1 degrees, and it does not increase anymore. So there you go, the heating pad will run at 8.5 amps until we get to 15 degrees, and then it will stop, and all of the power will go to the battery after that. So this is the information that it doesn't say in the user manual at all. This is great because when it's cold below 0, the BMS will shut down this charging function, and that means the battery is dead. You cannot use the battery anymore. Even though the battery is 100%, it's completely useless in the cold. But if you have a power source that can put out 14.5 volts, 8.5 amps, and plug in the battery, that power will be used to heat up the battery until you get to 5 degrees Celsius, and then it will turn on the discharging function. After that, you can use the battery as normal. And that means if you have a solar panel that can put out 14.5 volts, 8.5 amps, and you can plug it in here to heat up the battery and maintain at the temperature above 0, then you can use the battery instead of having a disabled battery that you cannot use in the cold. This concludes my test on this battery. It is an awesome battery. It has more capacity than is stated on here. It passed on my test, and it's especially useful in cold weather with the self-heating function. That's all I have for now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.